Hi folks, JS here, coming to you on 4wide.com with my weekly NASCAR update. We had a pretty good Bristol race last night. It wasn't the old Bristol, but I gotta admit that we had some pretty good racing last night. The night race, at Bristol, I think is still my favorite race. We actually got some passing on the track. The series of cautions at the end of the race, detracted a little bit from the action. But hey, what are you going to do? We were lucky that the rain didn't affect the race too much. Bill from 4Y was actually at the race, and he had a good time. He was hooked up with Brian. If you guys are following him on Twitter, NASCAR underscore WX man, weatherman. So he was giving us some status. He was following the radar and giving us some status on where the rain was and so on and so forth. So we were pretty lucky. There was a couple drizzles here and there, but they stopped the race for a couple minutes, and they got it going again. So Kyle Busch in the 18 won the race last night. I got to admit, I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Mark Martin to maybe move him a little bit, give him a little bit of the bumper to move him out of the way. But what are you gonna do? Mark Martin's a classy guy. Unless Kyle was gonna give him the bumper, he wasn't gonna give him the bumper. Kyle actually gave him some room, so they actually raced pretty clean. We got some good racing at the end, and the 18 won. Now, some people pointed out to me that Kyle is a little bit more interesting in scoring than scoring points. So, right now he's still sitting on the bubble. He's still in 13th place, so he's now tied with Mark Martin for the lead in wins. They both have 4, although Mark's now seems to be, in good shape to be making the chase. But Kyle's still sitting outside the top 12. He's in 13th place right now. So who knows what's going to happen. I still think that there's a little bit of an issue with the way the chase has been set up. I still think the guys that actually win races should maybe get a little, extra, whether it's, through points or whatever it is, to give them a better chance of making the chase. I mean, ultimately, I think that's what everybody wants, right? Yes, the chase was a great idea. The chase was a great move on NASCAR's part to create some excitement, from about the midpoint of the season to obviously, the 2/3 of the season point where the chase comes in. But what it's done is now people are points racing, so nobody's really going hard for the win, and they're points racing. So, if you're actually giving a little bit of extra to the guys that are actually winning the race, well, you've sort of solved that problem, right? People are going to want to go for the wins just because they're going to want to make the chase. So if you're getting more points, you're going to make the chase, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. In any case. So, great work on the part of, like I said, the 5 team and the 18 team. A little thing I wanted to quickly talk about also, again, back in the news, Jeremy Mayfield. I'm sure everybody's heard and seen the pictures by now. The wicked stepmother, the one that has supposedly come to NASCAR and said, hey, you know what, I've seen Jeremy, basically shoot up on meth and all that stuff. Well, she's been arrested for trespassing. Apparently she was looking for her cat. I'm not sure what that was all about. So now it's the crazy cat lady breaking into Jeremy's house. The caretakers of the house, basically called the cops. She apparently attacked them, had some quite racist comments. In any case, it was quite ugly. So the cops came, arrested her. From what I hear, Jeremy apparently is not going to be pressing charges. I'm not sure whether that's true or not. But in any case, this... Yes, folks, that's NASCAR's star witness against Jeremy Mayfield. Their other witness, a guy that was fired from, Jeremy's team for taking meth or coke or whatever it was. He got fired for getting caught, doping up. So again, now you've got a disgruntled employee who's testifying against Mayfield, and this woman that apparently, is, who knows if she's a druggie, but she's definitely got some alcohol issues if she's, drinking to the point where she's going to break into her stepson's house to go look for her cat. In any case, folks, leave me some comments. Follow us, 4Wide on Twitter. Myself at the Sportscast on Twitter. You can also check out my MySpace page, www.myspace.com/thesportscast. And I'll come back next week with another NASCAR update.